Hi everybody, I'm Barry Strasburg Thompson. This is the Young Artist Workshop at the Ladysmith Waterfront Gallery in the summer school. We're having fun today making lanterns for the Lightup. Anything that normally goes to recycling, we're recycling them into useful lanterns for the Lightup. So they're painting them, they're adding colored papers to it, they're adding pipe cleaners for handles. They've cut them in half to change the shape of them. Then we're going to add some glow sticks to them to light them up, make them work that way. We're going to make some more lanterns while we're there. It's all part of Light Up the Night. August 22nd, runs from 6:30 to 10:30 on First Avenue. And that's the first event of a two-event festival, because on August the 23rd, the next day, we're going to have Arts on the Avenue. Come and see us.
Go Island presents Seconds with Clock.
I don't care about red lights. Are we allowed to run red lights? Is that part of the rules? Going slowly.
I think you're only allowed to run a red light if you don't see it. So close your eyes and through the intersection.
I'll close my eyes all the time. That sounds safe while driving.
We aren't giving advice for people at home,
No,
by the way.
No.
This has been Seconds with Clock.
Words with Mayor McKay.
We're not at City Hall today. We're trying out something completely different. We're shopping. We're here at NYLA in downtown Nanaimo on Commercial Street. Bill McKay, we're doing some shopping. What have you? These are pretty cool T-shirts.
Aren't they awesome? They are fantastic.
Now, just to sort of set it all up, every month there's a new historical T-shirt that is made, and the owner, we're going to meet him in future editions of Go, picks out an individual photograph from the archives every month. And what's the first one here?
The first one is horse racing up Front Street. Imagine that, 1880.
You don't remember this personally?
No. So here they are. These are all coal miners on either side. They're all sitting up on the balconies. They're all drinking whiskey and they're betting on the horses right down Front Street.
I think this is our next big event. We can do this today, right?
Wow.
Put some food trucks on there and we're all set. Okay,
Yeah.
What do we got here now? This is really cool.
So these are really high quality, by the way. They're produced right upstairs at Sanini Graphics. It's amazing.
Excellent.
So number one mine, Milton Street. That was the site of the big explosion in 1887, I believe it was. About 150 people died in that explosion. It's a dark part of our history, but as you can see, it was rebuilt. This is the tipple, obviously.
It's pretty important to look back at our
Yes.
history, because as a community and a city, we can't really know how we got to where we are and who we are without looking at where
Yes.
we've been and who we
Yes.
were. And it's all captured here. This is very cool.
Now, this one here
Oh my
is a
gosh.
building that actually exists today. It's the Gazzola block. It's right. This is Wharf Street, and that's where the little patio is. If you go right over here, that's Diana Krall Plaza. What a beautiful old building that was, and of course, it's been preserved over the years.
Le Petit Choux.
That's correct.
Yeah,
That's
little
correct.
French coffee
Bakery.
shop.
And of course, this is done by NYLA. This is part of their marketing strategy. It's great.
Leon said he's had this idea in the back of his mind for like 15 years and didn't know what to do with it. I think he's found the niche. This is very cool. Are you a history buff at all, Bill?
Yes,
Yeah?
yes. And it's interesting. Here's the Bastion, circa 56. What's really interesting is this building here is where Swartz photographers were, right down on Front Street. Looks like a 53 or 55 Chevy pickup truck.
So now you
Check
were
this out.
around. What is that?
I was just a baby. This is actually it's a billboard of the Vancouver Sun building that was iconic in Vancouver. But this is where the paper boys used to pick up their papers.
Oh.
The Vancouver Sun carriers would pick up their papers from this unit right here, and it had the Vancouver Sun building on the billboard of the Sun building.
Did you grow up in Nanaimo?
I spent a lot of time in Nanaimo, even though I was born and raised in North Van.
Right.
I had my first summer job in Nanaimo when I was 14.
And what was that? Paperboy?
No. I was actually the captain on the Vida 2, which was the ferry that went from downtown Nanaimo to Protection Island to Lee Shore Resorts. Before that, it was known as Happy Land.
Right.
14. It was 1969, the year they landed on the moon. Now imagine that you could have a ferry going back and forth that a 14-year-old was running.
Would that happen today?
Never.
Do you think? Wouldn't happen
Never,
today?
never.
So how often did you meet this guy? Did you spend much time with this guy?
We grew up with his kids. He had a cabin just not far from us, around the corner on Protection Island. He was a colorful guy, knew the kids, hung out sometimes. just really,
So
really
you
dynamic.
remember him? You remember his voice, his
Oh,
mannerisms?
yes.
I
Oh,
just
yes.
missed him. I never did meet him after
Yes.
moving to Nanaimo.
We were talking about it the other night. When we first came to Nanaimo, I was 8 years old. We came for vacation. We met some people that stayed at Happy Land, and we went every year for the next 5 years.
I don't even know what Happy Land is.
Is now it became Lee Shore Resorts. It's right across from Newcastle in the Gap there. It's fallen into disrepair, and it's the largest single property on Protection Island.
Wow.
And Mr. Brown was the caretaker
Sounds like a
of the
game of
island.
Clue now.
He used to take all us kids every night. We'd go on a drive around the island in the old '56 GMC pickup.
Oh, that sounds
All
fun.
us kids in the back of the truck. It was amazing.
That sounds
Yeah.
fun. Now, apparently, NYLA has had to reprint this three times, sold over 400 of these coming off Bathtub Weekend not too long ago. So Frank lives on in Nanaimo.
Another landmark in Nanaimo is the Great National Land Building, which was originally, as you can see, it's called the Frontier Building up there, and I don't ever recall it being called that. What's really interesting, beautiful, beautiful piece of architecture with offices up above. It's just a beautiful,
And
beautiful
standing
building.
like that today.
And it's just up the street, actually.
Yeah,
from
this
where
guy
we
looks
sit.
very dapper,
Now
doesn't he?
this year, they don't know who this fellow is. They got this picture from the E.C. Brooks collection from the archives. And the interesting thing is, it says supporting men's health since 1892. Now, check out the mustache. This shirt is actually for Movember.
Oh, isn't
And
that so fun?
when he sells this shirt, he will donate $5 of all of the proceeds of every shirt to Movember.
That's awesome. You know, it's things like this that make Nanaimo what it is, really.
Yep.
Now, we've missed one, the Rambler Beach downtown. So this was, do you know anything about this? You being kind of a boating guy?
There would have been lots of those out there. I'm so really surprised to actually see paint on a boat like that back in those days. 1898, the Rambler, Nanaimo number 3. I wonder if it had something to do with one of the mines.
So you know what's going to happen, just before we wrap up here, you're making history in Nanaimo as mayor, of course. So your face will be on one of these T-shirts one day. What will we capture you doing, do you think?
Oh, maybe at the dunk tank down at Diana Krall Plaza.
Of course, there's lots of those photos, right? That'll be it. That'll be it. Thanks, Bill.
You bet.
Pretty cool to take a little step back in Nanaimo's history with Nanaimo Mayor Bill McKay, and kudos to NYLA. We are here in Parksville, though, today at the Craig Street Market. It is very popular, as you can see. We keep hearing these sounds. There's a duck quacking over there somewhere. There's little babies making strange noises over there somewhere. There's people getting tattoos. There's people getting massages. There's all kinds of smells as well between the mini donut truck and the incense over here. This is a full-on sensory experience. It runs every Tuesday from 6 until 9 on Craig Street. We're going to stick around in the Parksville area a little bit more now. Derek Johnstone, I think they're instruments. They're getting some lessons. Derek Johnstone is taking a look at one of Parksville's only heritage buildings.